Hi guys, Arnold Bride here with another news update on men's sexual health. And in this news story, we're going to be talking about, can erectile dysfunction be cured in general, and can it be cured fast? So that's what we're going to be looking at. Now, there are two ways to look at working with ED. One is through ED drugs and one is through lifestyle changes. So we have Viagra and Cialis and Levitra and those type on the one hand, and we have doing things with your lifestyle, exercising, eating, etc., on the other side. So it's kind of like this thing going on. Now, when you talk about Viagra, it's been a boon. I mean, nobody could deny that Viagra and Cialis and Levitra and those kind of things have helped men tremendously with ED problems. It works quickly, and you get the results you want, which is an erection. I mean, how could you have a problem with that? So, right, the problem is solved. Just keep taking the pills and all will be well. Yeah, maybe not. So that's something to think about. The first thing is that Viagra and that type of drug does not work for everyone. About 25% of men get no relief from taking this drug. None at all. Nothing. Okay? And the other major problem is that these drugs will eventually stop working. Now nobody likes to talk about that, but it's true. And why is this? There are a number of reasons for ED. There's psychological reasons. You could have emotional problems, depression, anxiety, performance anxiety. You could have some disease like Parkinson's disease or MS. But barring that and barring injury, the main reason for ED is poor blood flow to the penis. That's it. An erection works by having the penis fill with blood, and that's how it becomes hard. Now, poor blood flow to the penis is a very delicate process, and it's kind of like the canary in the coal mine thing that people used to talk about years ago, where it's a predictor of bad things to happen. So if you have poor blood flow as reflected by ED, it also means that you have poor blood flow throughout your body. Now, the poor blood flow issue comes from cardiovascular issues, but generally speaking, those are caused by lifestyle issues. And as I've said, ED is a predictor of your general health. More people with ED have come up with cardiovascular issues than the general population. So if you have ED, you definitely want to see your doctor, one, to treat the ED, but also to take a look at your general health, your cholesterol, your blood pressure, your cardiovascular health in general, your blood sugar levels, all of those things. Now, there was a study done in South Africa. Now, it's its own country with obviously its own demographics, but you can certainly generalize the results to other developed areas. So in South Africa, according to the study, and you can see a link to that study below this video, and I would recommend reading it. It's a great report. Currently, 31% of men suffer from high blood pressure. Cardiovascular disease plagues about 1 in 3 men. I mean, that's 33%. 41% of South African men are considered obese, and more than a quarter smoke. These are all factors in poor blood flow and cardiovascular issues. So what are the results? Now, if you're a man and you're troubled by any of these conditions, it's likely that you're also struggling with ED, as these typically go hand in hand. Now, the number for South Africa, which I believe is higher than certainly the US, is that more than 5 in 10, more than 50% of South African men suffer from ED, primarily because of this rapid rise in this chronic diseases of lifestyle. Now, there are many things you can do in the lifestyle arena. One certainly is exercise, eat well, lose weight, stop smoking, keep drinking to a minimum. If you're doing recreational drugs, keep that to a minimum. I want to also plug another type of method to control ED by helping your blood flow, and that's something called nitric oxide therapy. And the delivery system that I personally like a lot and use is called ProArgi-9 Plus. If you'd like to see a great video on nitric oxide therapy, then just follow that arrow, click on the arrow, or follow the link below in the video, and you'll get to see how nitric oxide therapy works with cardiovascular disease, high blood pressure, cholesterol, complications of diabetes, and what we're talking about, obviously, is erectile dysfunction. If you have any questions about nitric oxide therapy or ProArgi-9 Plus, give me a call, 609-410-4790. You can see that number below this video also. I want to thank you for stopping by, watching the video. Have a great day, and here's to your good health.